Hello and welcome to the Roughneck Minute, a Movies by Minute podcast where we go over the movie Starship Troopers minute by minute. I'm one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I'm your other host, Johann.
And we are at minute 25 today. This minute starts with Zim introducing himself and ends with Zim asking, "Who here?" but gets cut off.
No.
Yep.
Well, I'm here.
Who's here?
I'm here.
We're here.
Yeah. Roll call. Johann.
Matthew.
Hey.
Hey, we're here.
All right.
Okay.
Yay, we're done.
Yay. See you later, guys. Thank you for joining us for the Roughneck Minute. That's pretty much it. Okay. Zim introduces himself as Career Sargent Zim while hitting Jake Busey and telling him to suck in that gut. He also smacks Shizumi and tells him, "Feet together!"
Doesn't he hit Johnny on hands to the side?
Hands to the side, yeah, but it doesn't hit him too hard. He just kind of hits his hands a little bit to the side, but that was in the last minute, actually.
Yeah.
He then introduces himself. "I am, your drill instructor, Career Sargent Zim." If you guys don't remember, Clancy Brown is playing Career Sargent Zim, and he is a great voice actor. Great actor.
See, in the script, there's none of those that, suck in that gut, hands to the side, and all that. And I'm just wondering, did he improv that because he's awesome?
Probably. I mean,
I would like to say he did, because in the script, there's a lot of stuff cut out. These are one of those moments where things are put in, and you're wondering, okay, is this an improv moment?
See, I don't think so, because in the commentary they did say that they did go to boot for about 11 days.
Yeah. So what if he was like he could have approached them I want to be like this. He should, as if you're a drill instructor and these are the new rooks, this would be something you would do. Mm-hmm. You teach them, this is how you stand in formation or stand at alert, whatever it is. So that's why I'm wondering, did he improv this, or did he say, "Hey, I want my character to do this"? Because to me, it just feels like this would be his choice.
It kind of would be, and I'm thinking it probably was a little bit of his past role in Shawshank Redemption as well, too, because that was in 94. Mm-hmm. So him being the head screw would definitely help him being a great drill instructor. And I mean, he's intimidating as all heck, so I mean, I think this would just maybe come naturally to him. So maybe it was improv, or just saying, "Hey, I got a little bit of experience, Verhoeven. Let me try this out real quick." Yeah.
See, I didn't get to see Shawshank before this movie, so this was my first experience with him. So that I didn't think he was intimidating in this movie. I already thought he was kind of a bad instructor. Mm-hmm. I liked the way he came off, like his character was.
Yeah. I mean, for me, when I did see Shawshank at a younger age. I don't know why. Again, people keep taking me to the movies to see these really awesome but really graphic movies at a young age, and I go in there. I expect, I saw freaking Silence of the Lambs when it first came out.
Well, it's kind of a different era. Things are not as coddled back then. It's you can see this movie with me. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Now it's oh no, you can't. I mean, I remember when I went to Target and this kid was denied playing or getting a game of Super Mario because of animated violence. Jeez. And the kid was 11 or something. Mario. Yeah. It's a staple.
I mean, if it's the new Mario that just came out, the Mario vs. Rabbids, where he's actually
this was
firing
a couple years ago.
Okay,
this was on the Wii. I think it was Mario Galaxy.
That's the awesomest Mario ever. But I mean,
man, she looked at the back. It said animated violence, and she says no. And so she's like, "We gotta look for another game." And I was like, "God, poor kid."
Yeah, well, I mean, good on the mom for actually looking at the ESRB rating, because a lot of parents don't. But that's a little overbearing.
Yeah, well. Okay, there's a point where you just rely on the rating instead of actually doing your research. Mm-hmm. Mario's not that violent, and he, for God's sakes, he attacks mushrooms and turtles
by stomping on their head and squishing them down. What do you think happens when he does that?
Well, he gets 100 points, and they disappear magically.
Yes, and if he gets a lot of them, at least 10 of them or so, he gets one up.
Yeah, in a row. It has to be in a row. Uh-huh. But I'm just saying, it's not like GTA.
Yeah,
that if you just take the words of the word violence, Like, okay, so GTA also has simulated violence or fantasy violence because it's not theoretically realistic. But they are two separate things. And if you just done your research on what type of game Mario is versus what type of game GTA is, if you just look at the back and you saw that word and you said, okay, no, that's about kind of the same, quote unquote, it's just, she should have done her research on that a bit.
I think she was, it sounds to me, honestly, just because everyone knows who Mario is. I mean, people call the system, like, I remember my grandma calling my game system the Nintendo. Everyone knows who Mario is.
Yeah.
She probably did. She just was probably being like, no, you're not going to get that. I'm not going to spend $40-$50 on a GameCube game for you. So, it may have been that. I don't know.
No, because they went to look for another game.
Oh, okay. Well, cheaper bargain bin.
No, they were still looking at the glass case, which has all their newer games. Sometimes. But it's like, like Sonic snowboarding, which is not good, also has simulated violence, or fantasy violence. Because they bump into each other.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as I said, yeah, it's really weird, because I remember my first actually on-screen... This movie, Starship, was not my first on-screen boob shot. My first on-screen boob shot was Species.
Huh. I'm starting to think, what was my first on-screen boob shot?
Well, it was different for you because you were still in the Philippines at this point.
Yeah, I know, because a lot of the boob shots I saw was on VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Terminator.
Okay.
Species I saw on VHS.
Okay.
I never saw that in theaters.
No, I went to see that in theaters, and I think... I want to say my dad took me to see that, but it did come out in 95. I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's the year that he died too, but I don't remember if it was him or my brothers, again, holding their eyes in front of my eyes, or holding their hands in front of my eyes to block the shot.
Yeah, I really can't remember what was my on-screen boob shot. I'm going to have to do some research on this.
This is actually going to be a new question that we're going to ask every guest that comes in as well too. When did you first see Starship? Was it in theaters? Did you read the book? Do you know about any other incarnations? And when was your first boob shot?
I'm starting to think this was. Like, Starship was my first on-screen boob shot.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, because
I saw a ton of sci-fi, majority when I was in high school and as a kid.
Yeah.
So I didn't see other movies that may have had it.
Or they may have been censored or something like that.
No, not in a theater.
Okay.
That's what I'm thinking, in a theater. So, like, at that time, I saw, like, Johnny Mnemonic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Fifth Element.
There are boobs in Fifth Element.
Yeah.
But that's 97 as well,
yeah.
too.
Which one did I see first? I saw Starship first.
This was in August. Starship was in August. And
Yeah.
I think Fifth was summer? I don't remember.
Yeah.
We'd have to get in touch with Crystal Beth and John Robert because I'm pretty sure they know it on the spot. Where if you ask them right now,
I did not see Fifth Element when it came out. I saw Starship the week after.
Yeah.
So, huh.
But we need to digress, honestly. Yeah. We're still on this minute.
If that was the same summer, that was an awesome summer.
It was 97, the late 90s.
Yeah.
Was a great year. I mean, the late 90s was a great time to be watching movies. I mean, I just listened to the Wizard and the Bruiser episode. Shout out to Holden McNeely and Jake Young of that show.
Yeah.
Where they did Matrix. And that was 1999.
Yeah. I remember when that movie was playing on HBO like non-stop, and it played in the house non-stop. Because the lobby scene in that's amazing.
The lobby scene in that is great.
Yeah.
Again, but we need to digress.
Yeah,
That's if we can do other movies by minute later on. Heck, I mean, if you want to do other movies by minute, we'll start them.
Yeah.
But I want to
pretty sure Matrix is covered right now.
It may be. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, Jake Busey gets hit to suck in that gut.
Yeah.
Shizumi gets hit to feet together. And Shizumi is, kind of like yells out a little bit. Zim, kind of contemplates himself or just says it out loud. What a lucky bunch I got. A bunch of apes. No, scratch that. You don't even rate that high. And that's kind of the general, or what I've seen boot camp thing where you dress everyone down to make them at the same level so you can build them back up again, kind of thing.
No, what's it called? You read the book. Is there a place called Apron Strings?
Apron Strings?
Yeah, Apron Strings.
apron strings. I don't
I'm not
remember.
sure if I'm just reading this incorrectly, because the script says, "You sunken-chested, slack-bellied, drooling refugees from apron strings."
I don't know.
Yeah, because what he calls them. So I was wondering, like, is that a place?
I'm not sure. It may just mean like, hey, you... I'm thinking maybe like being under their mother's skirts kind of thing.
Maybe.
I don't know.
No, because later on he says, "In my whole life, I've never seen such a disgraceful huddle of mama's spoiled little darlings." And there he says, sucking those guts.
Mm-hmm.
You there, eyes front.
Yeah.
And that's when he starts to lay into Kitten.
Yeah. But he does lay into Kitten after he gets Zumi as well, too, telling him, I'm sorry, what happens is he, describes, you guys are a bunch of apes, scratch that. You don't even rate that high. And then Kitten starts laughing.
Yeah.
Now, I kind of agree with Kitten a little bit, or I kind of think of myself a little bit in this situation that I would be Kitten as well, too, because someone yelling like this at me, I would just be laughing. I could not stand it. I'm not really military material. I probably would just laugh at it and be like, nah, I'm done with this discipline bullshit.
Let me sign my form.
Let me sign my 1248 right now. I'm done.
But that's actually something I see a lot that they do in boot camp and whatnot, is it doesn't seem like they try and break them mentally like they used to, but they try and break them this way by saying a bunch of stuff that would make them laugh. Mm-hmm. So then at least there's some form of punishment for breaking whatever your form is or stance or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm not made for military either.
No. I mean, like, even in Full Metal Jacket, when Arlie Ermy is just going all around and be like, I don't, think of you, I have no bigotry against, whites, blah, 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 blah. He's basically saying, you're all equally scum. Yeah. That's hilarious. And I just start laughing too. I'm like, who? And then, like, when Joker's like, is that you, John Wayne? Is this me? I'd be like, oh.
Yeah, all of those lines in Full Metal are almost all hilarious if they weren't so terrifying at the same time.
Are you a Peter Puffer?
Yeah, there's only two things that come from Texas. Like, all of those lines, like they're just all hilarious, but at the same time terrifying.
Yeah, even like when Gomer Pyle starts laughing a little bit, I'm like, yeah, I'd be Gomer Pyle. I'd be laughing like crazy.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. It's just like, maybe it's just one of those tactics in this.
Definitely. I mean, you learn...
Like, you get them to break.
You learn real quick that, yeah, you don't mean anything, and you better ship it, you better put up or shut up kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, does this make him more psychologically ready by not breaking him down psychologically? It just teaches him discipline.
I think that's what it is. I think it's just teaching him discipline, being like, hey, you need to be quiet. You need to... Your civilian life is over.
Yeah. So this actually isn't that bad. Good on you, Zim. Not too bad. Good on you, Zim.
Well, I mean, we see this again in a lot of movies where they'll go into someone who's laughing. I think in every military movie I've seen, from like Jarhead to even I think like Black Hawk Down, does the same thing, or even like Battle Los Angeles, which is
that was a great movie.
Great movie.
We saw that.
We saw that together. Yeah. But, I mean, I think they have something like that in there, too, where he's like, you promise me, Sergeant, that you're not gonna, let some alien extraterrestrial kill me, Sergeant? He starts laughing about it. He's like, no promises on the battlefield. And he's, like, all serious about it because, yeah, something's going down.
Yeah.
But, so, yeah, Jake Busey is playing Ace Levy. He's the most recognizable of the recruits for me because I recognize that face. Oh. I recognize that face. I mean, he's the son of Gary Busey. Teeth. Yeah, the teeth.
It's a teeth.
The face and the teeth. He kind of looks like his
dad. When I saw him,
bit.
I was like, that's not Gary Busey, is it?
It's too young.
It's like, yeah, I know, but I was like, wait. Like, the teeth is just, like, it's the same as his dad.
Yeah, definitely.
And I was like, what? And then found out it's Jake. And I was like, all right, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Anthony Rivera is playing Tsujumi. It's a weird casting on my end just because he is Hispanic. Mm-hmm. But Shijumi is supposed to be Japanese in the film, or in the book anyway.
It's like that South Park episode. Everybody's already like a lighter shade of brown at a certain point. The only thing that's kept would be the surname.
Yeah, but I mean, if my last name kind of does sound Japanese a little bit too, Soto.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Soto.
Yeah, my name is the last one is Joseph. And
Yeah.
it's like, that thing is not anywhere near being Spanish.
Yeah, but I don't look Japanese though.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
Filipino, so it's like
I guess I'm just trying. I guess I was trying to make a point
got
that
it
yeah.
because of the Spanish control, and they changed the name. But it's one of those things. Like, well, maybe they, like, his mom went over to Japan or something like
this
that.
is a multicultural world now. Everyone is who knows? He could have had a Japanese father.
Yeah.
Why am I being racist like that? Why am I only seeing
Why
color?
are you so racist, Matt?
Well, I mean, as we learned from the last episodes, I am kind of a space Nazi, being into the Federation of Zeon.
Yeah, you Nazi.
Space Nazi.
There is a difference.
There is a difference.
What is the salute for that if you have zero gravity? How do you point away from the ground?
Well, see, it's okay because our souls are not held down by gravity.
Mm-hmm. No, that doesn't make sense.
Not at all. Matt Levin actually plays Kitten Smith. He gets pulled out of rank as soon as Zim tells him, the first and last words I want to hear out of your stinking holes is, sir, do you get me?
Sir, sorry, sir.
Yeah.
And he says it like that.
Yeah.
He has that, like, little chuckle in between.
But yeah, he gets pulled out of rank and he's like, you see that army? Run around it. And the Kitten just like exasperated.
Yeah, that part is so funny.
I know. It's great because, and then he gets out his metal baton and just starts smacking him. And he points to Bronsky, which is another Corporal Bronsky, actually. And he says, keep pace. Now, Corporal Bronsky is played by a guy named Teo. That's the only thing I can find.
Teo?
Teo.
Did he rap?
I don't know. I looked up his IMDb. I looked him up on Wikipedia. I could not find anything except for like 2 other movies, but this was his most well-known one.
He's got 2 prominent parts in this movie.
Yeah,
like,
I know, but
like 2 well-recognizable parts. It's so funny the way he's beating Kitten, like, as he's running. Like, he's just like Kitten's like, and he starts to jog and like, Bronsky, keep pace. And he's like, sir, and like hits him. And then you see Kitten just booking it. It's so funny.
Yeah. Zim continues on after sending Kitten off and says, telling him if you think it's too tough, if you want to go home to your mommy, quit! You signed Form 1240A and you quit and you walk down Washout Lane!
See, there's a little bit more in the script where he basically tells them that he's basically all they have.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, you are now all brothers and sisters in the same family, my family, the mobile infantry. I'll be your mother. I'll be your father. If you not please me, I'll throw you out of my family because I hate all slackers and negative slackers.
That's kind of like
negative hackers.
That's kind of like how it was in the book as well too.
Yeah.
Like these, like you're
I
in the
love it.
You're in the MI family. Actually, in the book a little bit. I'm not sure if it's this one because I'm getting my military sci-fi kind of mixed up. It could be this one or Forever War. I think it's Forever War that I'm thinking of, but they were saying, oh, you were in the last military, the Marines. I hate Marines because, you were the Anglo-American Marines. I hate you because you guys think you're the best. No, mobile infantry is the best now. I think it was, Forever War, honestly.
Oh, okay.
Because, that one takes place in 1997.
Yeah, this one is just, I love Zim.
Zim is great. And so we learn from the commentary a little bit too that this place, Arthur Curry, was shot in Long Beach, probably at the Long Beach airport. I'm thinking because of this large tarmac area.
I have a question. In the book, does it describe Washout Lane?
Not really. No, they don't even really have a washout lane. The place that they're training is in the middle of the southern Canadian plains, so it's just smack dab in the middle of a prairie. There's nothing else around it for like about 30 or 40 miles.
Yeah, because in the script they describe it. Obviously, this wasn't in the movie, but they describe Washout Lane as a white picket fence.
No, they didn't.
Like it's a white picket fence leading to a transport.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it seem like you are just heading back to being a civilian with a white picket fence.
I think so as well too. Yeah, that seems like that. But no, there's nothing in the book about that at all.
It would have been funny if Washout Lane was like gorgeous looking. It's got like its rows of like daisies and like overhanging willow trees. Well, not willow tree, because then he'd probably grab a switch.
Yeah,
which would be so funny if that's how we beat Kitten. But you know what I mean, though. If like Washout Lane looked prettier, just because like, all right, you are just heading back to being a civilian. This is the rest of your life. Get used to it.
Yeah. Well, it kind of reminds me a little bit of there was a documentary in the early, I think, 2000s to late 90s about SEAL teams and them training for SEAL teams. I think it was called like Buds or something like that.
Yeah.
It was on Discovery Channel when Discovery actually showed, documentaries and stuff.
Yeah. Still do sometimes. They do sometimes.
Sometimes. I Nat Geo is my jam now.
All right.
But back then, the way that you would quit is you'd ring this bell, and as soon as you did that, you were done. It was just kind of like a simple thing where they were like, yeah, it's just simple. All you need to do is ring the bell. You want to quit so bad? It's just so simple. It's kind of the same thing like this. You want to quit so bad? Wash that lane right down there. All you got to do is walk down it. You're done. Yeah. It's so easy to quit. They want it to make it easy to quit because they don't want people in this squad or in this military that are soft.
Yeah.
Or SAWFT.
Like you would have to fight to leave type of thing. Instead, it's just so easy because they give you the out.
Yeah.
But then they want people who are strong enough to like find a harder option, which is to stick with it.
Yeah.
All right.
So as I did say, the main actors did go to boot, like actual boot for 11 days. It did rain and snow on the first day. And I believe they were supposed to be in hooches, which are a little lean-to kind of tents. Mm-hmm. And Casper was set up with Jake Busey as well too, while in the little hooch because they were 2x2.
Yeah,
and they had to make a better rain cover by using their ponchos, and they did not like it at all.
So they were treated like they're in boot camp.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. It's pretty cool because they actually got some experience dealing with this kind of stuff and knowing exactly what it was like.
And they became better friends of it.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, see?
They also
That's great method acting.
It is. Dina and Casper did say that it was very hot during these scenes as well, too. It got to a high of about 100 and 102. But, I mean, it's on asphalt tarmac.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But, after that, Zim, kind of rubs his hand together. Now, which one of you thinks, and then we get cut off pretty much from that.
That part actually got me jazzed up. Like, well, this minute to the next minute, especially in the movie theater, because it was starting to set the tone of like violence.
Yeah,
and it was like fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, but also it was just Zim. Like, I'll give it. Like, he was captivating. Like, you wanted to know everything about him. Like, you're like, all right, he was that character you wish continued the entire movie. Like, he was always going to be there somehow.
I wish he was, yeah.
Yeah, because he was great. He was great.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Jeez. I mean, I really can't wait to talk more about Zim, because he is fun.
Well, let's, we actually ended at that minute, then if you want to get to the next minute.
Yeah.
We can do that and talk a little more about Zim, but that's where that minute ends, guys. Do you want to talk anything about this particular minute at all?
No, no, I'm actually a little bit curious about more stuff about what's going on later on, because we haven't been introduced to who he's talking, or who ends up talking to Zim, which is kind of fun. Yes, and that one ended up being a very memorable moment for me, more than the shower scene. Mm-hmm. So, in the next minute.
Okay, well, let's get on with that then. Thank you guys for listening to us. If you want to listen to more of us, go ahead and subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes, Google Play, or you can find us through any podcasting app where you can download a RSS feed. Go ahead and find us on our website, theroughneckminute.podbean.com, or you can follow the show on Twitter at theroughneckmin. You can also continue the conversation at our Facebook site, The Roughneck Minute Billet. Where can they find you, Johann?
You can find me on my Twitch, which is JDASHD26, J-D26, which is also the same as my Instagram. Those are the only places to find me.
All right, and you guys can find me at AltTabMatt pretty much anywhere else, but I'm mostly on the Roughneck Min on Twitter as well, too. But AltTabMatt anywhere else, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, all that other junk.
On the Twitter sphere.
On the Twitter sphere. But yeah, I've been one of your hosts, Matthew.
And I've been your other host, Johann.
And we will see you on the Bounce Troopers.